Hello everyone, myself Bismi Picharian, Assistant Professor at Suresh Khan Vihar University. So today we are going to discuss about the drug information storage and the retrieval. So this is the topic coming under the computer application subject from the BPharm second time. Okay, so in our computer application subject, so this is there is one topic, so that is drug information storage and retrieval, how we can store the drug information, okay, and how we can retrieval that information from that storage. So in this topic we are going to learn about the drug information storage as well as the retrieval. So learning objectives, this lesson will help the students to understand the drug information storage as well as the retrieval system. How we can store the drug information and all we can learn in this topic. Outcomes, after this lesson, students will be able to describe the drug information storage as well as the retrieval system, how we can store the drug in the databases, okay, how many databases are available in the market, okay, and how can we use that databases, okay, and how can we store that all the information about the drug, and how can retrieval all that information from that databases. So this is the outcome. So computers, okay, so this topic is coming in the computer application. So computers nowadays used in the pharmaceutical, in industries, hospitals, various departments for the drug information, education, evaluation analysis, medication history, and for maintenance of the financial record. So in this pharmaceutical sector, okay, in the pharmaceutical sector, hospitals, various department of the for the drug information, okay, so these all, and for these all for the industries, hospitals, okay, we are using the computer nowadays. So why we are using that computer? For drug information, for the education, for evaluation, for analysis, for the medical history, for maintaining the financial record. For doing all this, we are using the computer. So computers are most widely used in our pharmaceutical department. So they have become indispensable in the development of the clinical pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, and the pharmaceutical research. Okay, this computer made our job very easy. Okay, so how the computer can store lots of the things, okay, and when we want that information, we can get at our finger point. So the computers are most widely used in the pharmacy field, in the industries, in the hospitals. For what purpose the computers are used in this field? For getting the drug information, for education purpose, for evaluation, for analysis, for finding out the medication history, or maintenance of the financial records. We are using the computers. Computers are also useful for patient profile monitoring, medication, database management, and the material management. How this computer can useful in the patient profile monitoring? Because all the scanning and all the X-ray, all the scanning, that is nowadays possible with all the computers. Okay, so the patient profile, ECG, okay, ECG and all we can only monitor through the computer. So, and medication, in medication also the computers are playing a major role, because if one patient coming in the pharmacy or the coming in the pharmacy of a hospital, okay, so that medication, okay, if that hospital or the pharmacy have the data about that patient, at that time the pharmacist can find out how many medications are taken by the patient, okay, which medications are using that patient and all, we can with the pharmacist can find out very easily with the help of the computer only. Okay, and we can also use this computer in the database management system. Okay, there are lots of data, there are lots of information in the worldwide, okay, and we can store in the store all the data, all the information in one place, and that is only easy. Okay, that is easy only with the help of the computer only. Okay, and the computer is also used in the material management. So it is useful in providing on drug interactions, drug information services, and the patient counseling too. So the computer again, this is again used in the providing on the drug interaction. Okay, if you are searching, okay, nowadays the internet is widely used in the worldwide. So if you are typing any of the drug, okay, paracetamol and the cetirizine, okay, if you are typing, is there any drug interaction between the paracetamol and cetirizine, we can find out easily by typing in the Google. Okay, or and that also the computer, this is only possible with only the computer. And it is also useful in the providing of the drug interaction, drug information services. All the information about the drug we can find out from the computer. All the information, all the ingredients present in that dosage form, how much drug is present in that dosage form. Okay, so all the information we can find out from the computer. And we can do the patient counseling also from the through the computer. So in the COVID situation, in the pandemic situation, that is that everybody that understand how the patient counseling we can take from the computer. There are lots of apps available through which the patient and the doctor, okay, the doctor can counsel a patient without going to the hospital. And also the computer is more useful in the nowadays because of the pandemic conditions. So the computers are being used since 1980 in the field of the pharmacy, which is getting benefited. Okay, when then this in this pharmacy field, we are using the computer from the 1980s only. Okay, from the 1980s only, the in the pharmacy field, this is used. The computer is used by the pharmacy. The beneficiary effect will continue as the pharmacists become more aware of the services computer can provide. Okay, how this benefited? The beneficiary effect will continue as the pharmacists become more aware of the services computer can provide. Computer also provides solutions for manual tasks which are otherwise time taking. Okay, if you are writing down everything, each and everything, okay, that is time taking process. And when we are typing in the computer, that is very less time taking process. So, and same likewise, we have written all the information about one patient, okay, and we have kept in a cupboard. Okay, so if that patient comes in our pharmacy, okay, that patient comes in our pharmacy, so we have to find out that folder from that cabinet. But in the case of computer, but if we are using the computer, just we have to type that name of the patient only. Okay, we can get all the information about the patient. So this is less time taking, very less time taking. Okay, and that then when we are typing that patient's name, the all the information about the patient comes in just less than 1 second. If we are searching the patient's history in the cupboard, so that is very time taking procedure. So the computer provide the solution for manual tasks which are otherwise time taking. They are also useful for patient profile monitoring. Okay, they are useful for the patient profile monitoring, medication, database management, material management. So the computer is very useful in our field. They also provide information on the drug interaction, drug information services, and the patient counseling. New drug discovery, drug design, analysis, manufacturing of the drugs, and hospital pharmacies are some areas where the computers are effectively used. Okay, then the computers are used in new drug discovery, drug design, analysis, manufacturing of the drug, and hospital pharmacy. In every field, the computers are very effectively used. And computers also help the pharmacists to work together with other professionals in research work. Okay, the computer can help the pharmacists to work together with other professionals in the research work. So computer is very useful in our field. Let's see how we can store the information in the computer, and how can we retrieve all the information. So the computer system stores patient data relating to clinical pharmacokinetic assessments made by the clinical pharmacists who are participating in a clinical pharmacokinetic service. So this computer does, the computer can store all the data, all the information of the patient related to the clinical pharmacokinetic assessment that is made by the clinical pharmacist. Okay, and that who is that clinical pharmacist that are participating in a clinical pharmacokinetic services. So what this computer do? Computer can store all the information about that patient related to the clinical pharmacokinetic parameters. The system was first developed to assist in the documentation of the service activities and the storage of the patient pharmacokinetic data. Okay, this computer system, we are the pharmacy field. This is used by the pharmacy field to assist in the documentation of the service, okay, and the storage of the patient's pharmacokinetic data. The pharmacist can solve the queries about the pharmacological action, drug interaction, adverse drug reactions, toxicology, etc. How all the information we can store, all the information about the pharmacological action of each and every drug we can store in the computer, each of the drug interactions. Okay, there are lots of drug interactions are there, drug food interactions are there are lots of interactions are there. Okay, so we can store all the information in the computer. Okay, and adverse drug reactions, toxicological reactions, so this is very easy. Okay, this is very easy for the pharmacist. Okay, this is very the drug information storage. Okay, information storage system in the computer, that is very easy for the pharmacist to solve the queries. Okay, to solve the queries about the pharmacological actions, drug interactions, adverse drug reactions, and toxicology if any of the patient asks to the pharmacist. Only when they have complete drug information, which is possible by only computers. Okay, every pharmacist or we are human beings and we can't remember all the pharmacological action of the drug and each drug interaction, each and every adverse drug reactions and toxicological reaction. We can't remember all the things because we are human beings. There is a limitations. Okay, so all the information, if we have all the information in one place, that is the computer, then the pharmacist can easily solve the queries about these things. Okay, and this is only possible with the help of the computers only. Okay, this is very clear because we can't remember all the things. We are human beings. Okay, so we can't remember all the things. For this purpose we need a computer, and in a computer there are lots of databases are there. What is databases? Databases means all the information about the drug, all the information about the pharmacological action, all the information about that, all the thing is coming is we can save or we can store in the databases. Okay, in the databases, so we can find out easily from that databases. Okay, all the information we can find out. Then the computerized information retrieval saves time, provide thorough information. Okay, if we are storing the information in a computer, okay, we can store all the information in as an offline method, means in a written method, or we can buy a book. In that book we can get all the pharmacological action, drug interaction, all the things we can get offline also. But if we are saving all the databases, all the information in the computer, that saves our time and provide thorough information. Okay, so this is the beneficial part of the computer. Okay, if a pharmacist, okay, if a pharmacist wants to know all the information about the drug and all. Okay, so that is only possible on through the computer. Okay, and the computerized information retrieval that saves our time and provide thorough information about all the things, means all the information about the pharmacological action, drug interaction, adverse drug reaction, and the toxicological effect. Okay, all and as well as all the pharmacokinetic parameter too. Okay, we can find out anything from the computer if there is a database available. This information retrieval system can be operated using a microcomputer, printer, telephone line, or a modem. Okay, this information, if once we had saved databases, all the information in the databases, we can retrieve that information through the microcomputer, printer, telephone line, or a modem. So, National Library of the Medicine, okay, National Library of the Medicine, that created a computerized medical information retrieval system. Medical information retrieval system that named as MEDLARS, okay. And the MEDLARS full form is Medical Literature Analysis and the Retrieval System, okay. Medical Literature Analysis and the Retrieval System. So, who was created this MEDLARS? The National Library of the Medicine. The National Library of the Medicine created a computerized medical information retrieval system that named as MEDLAR, and the full form of the MEDLAR is Medical Literature Analysis and the Retrieval System in 1964. Okay. The National Library of the Medicine created the MEDLAR in 1964. Sorry, it is vast information base containing around 25 lakhs articles, books, journals, theses, audiovisuals, microfilms material. Oh my God, there are lots of things in the MEDLARS. Okay, the MEDLAR is the medical literature analysis and the retrieval system, and that contain around 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs of articles, books, journals, theses, audiovisuals, and the microfilm materials. Okay, so these all are we can find out from this MEDLAR. If you want to search any journals, okay, from this MEDLAR, we can find, just we have to type this journal from the MEDLAR, so that we will get from the computers. So this is the MEDLAR that is created by the National Library of the Medicine in 1964. In the MEDLARs, there are lots of 25 lakhs articles, books, journals, and theses are there. It locates medical and the scientific articles by keyword content and also by authors. Okay, so this MEDLARs locate medical and the scientific articles only. Okay, the MEDLARs contain only the medical and the scientific articles. Okay, and we can search, we can find out by keywords, content, or by authors too. Okay, so this is the MEDLARs. That MEDLAR is a database. Okay, and database have some special subdivisions such as Stokes line, Cancer line, and Chem line. That MEDLAR have some subdivisions. Okay, the MEDLAR have some subdivision such as Stokes line. Stokes line means we can find out any toxicological reactions from the Stokes line. Cancer line, we can find out all the information about the cancer. And the chem line, we can find out all the information about the chemicals. So this is the chem line. Okay, so National Library of the Medicine developed the MEDLAR online. Okay, sorry, Medline. So first one was MEDLARs. Okay, this is offline. Okay, so this MEDLAR is the, sorry, this is not offline, this is the computerized medical information retrieval system. So this is the MEDLAR, and the National Library of the Medicine that developed Medline. Medline means MEDLARs online, which is fast working system. Okay, this Medline is fast working system than the MEDLARs. MEDLAR is computerized medical information retrieval system, and that was created in 1964 by the National Library of the Medicine, and that contained 25 lakhs of the articles, books, journals, theses, audiovisuals, and the microfilm material. After that, the National Library of the Medicine developed the Medline. So Medline means the MEDLAR online. That is very fast working system. Okay, this is very fast working system. We can find out anything from any place of the world. Okay, so this is the Medline. And the Toxline, all the information about the toxicity, toxicological reactions, all the information about that we can find out from the Toxline. And this Toxline, Cancerline, Chemline, these are the subdivision of the Medlar. Okay, Medlar is a database, and these all are the subdivision of the Toxline. And from the cancer line, we can find out all the information about the cancers. From the chem line, we can find out all the information about the chemicals from here. Some international data banks are also available for medical information retrieval, such as Accepta, Medica, and Dialogue. So these all are the other databases available in the world, except Experta, Medica, and Dialogue. Okay, these all are the same. Likewise, our Medlar. Okay, the Experta Medica information system computerized in 1968, but the Medlar was developed in 1964. This Excerpta Medica information system, this is computerized in 1968, and that provide abstract of around 25 lakhs item in the database covering 4,000 biomedical journals. Okay, this also contain the abstract of the around 25 lakhs items in a database that covers 4,000 biomedical journals. Okay, Accepta Medica and Medlar and Dialogue, we can find out all the information from the for the drug, pharmacological action, cancers, toxicity. All these we can find out from these type of the databases. Next, Malimet. Okay, Malimet is another database. Okay, so that provide the list of medical terms. Okay, Malimet is another database where we can find out all the medical terms. Okay, all the medical terms we can find out from the Malimet. So these all are the system where we can store the data. Okay, these all are the system where we can store the data and retrieve that data. Okay, when we need. So the Malimet contain all the medical terms. Next is AMA or NET. Okay, AMA, AMA or NET. The drug information base including standard dosage, actions, interactions, and information on special patient cases for more than 1,500 drugs has been created by collaboration of the GTE Telenet Medical Information Network and the American Medical Association. Okay, so in this AMA or NET, okay, in this this includes the standard dosage of all the drugs. Okay, this AMA and NET include the standard dosage of all the drugs, actions, means pharmacological actions, interactions means drug interaction, drug food interaction, information on special patient cases. Okay, information on special patient cases for more than 1,500 drugs. These all are created by the collaboration of GTE Telenet Medical Information System and the American Medical System. The full form of AMA is American Medical Association. Okay, so but this is these all the information where we how we can find out from the AMA or the NET. And this is the collaboration of the GTE Telenet Medical Information Network and the American Medical Association. From this NET drug information base, we can find out the standard dosage, pharmacological action, interaction, drug interaction, drug food interaction, information on special patient cases we can find out from here. Malimet is the database where we can find out the medical terms. AMA or NET disease information. The first one is drug information. Okay, AMA or NET. This is the drug information. Next one is the AMA or NET disease information. Okay, disease information. This provides description and the diagnostic symptoms for more than 3,500 diseases. Okay, this AMA or NET, that NET disease information that provide description of the disease as well as the diagnostic symptoms of more than 3,500 diseases. Okay, AMA NET disease information provide us the description and the diagnostic symptoms for more than 3,500 disease, whereas AMA NET drug information base in that include standard dosage form, pharmacological action, interaction, and information on special patient cases. Okay, we can more than 1,500 drugs. Okay, so this is these two are different databases. Next is BitNet. Okay, BitNet. So BitNet is an international network of universities. Okay, this is an international network of universities and the research institutions which exchanges files containing data, reports, drafts of the paper and the messages. So BitNet is what? BitNet is an international network of universities and the research institution. Okay, this is the international network of the universities and the research institution. They can exchange file containing data, reports, drafts of the paper and the messages. Then next is Laboratory Information Management System, LIMS. So these all are the databases where we can store all the data, okay, differently. We can categorize all the data by the category. Okay, so in the laboratory means all the information about the laboratory samples we can find out in the Laboratory Information Management System. And where we can find out the diseases information, AMA NET disease information base. Okay, from this database we can find out all the description, diagnostic symptoms of the more than 3,500 diseases. Okay, so Laboratory Information Management System, that is also known as LIMS, and keeps a track of all the information about the laboratory samples and the projects that are either completed or in the progress. Okay, so this LIMS that keeps a track, okay, that keeps a track of all the information about the laboratory samples. Okay, this LIMS contain all the information about the laboratory samples as well as the project that's either completed or in the progress. So all the information about this laboratory samples and the projects that we can find out in the LIMS, that is Laboratory Information Management System. In 1970, American Society of Hospital Pharmacists created International Pharmaceutical Abstract Database containing more than 6,000 publications. Okay, in 1970, American Society of Hospital Pharmacists, they created International Pharmaceutical Abstracts. Okay, International Pharmaceutical Abstract databases. In that database, they contain more than 6,000 publications. Okay, there are more than 6,000 publications are there in the International Pharmaceutical Abstract database, and that is created by the American Society of the Hospital Pharmacists in 1970. Okay. So there is one database that's name is International Pharmaceutical Abstract that contains more than 6,000 publications. Okay, and that is created by the American Society of the Hospital Pharmacists in 1970. Next is Bioscience Information Services created BIOSIS. BIOSIS database is created by Bioscience Information Services. Okay. Okay, Bioscience Information Services created the BioSys database that contain biological abstracts. Okay, biological abstracts contain biological abstracts is present in the BioSys database that is created by the Bioscience Information Services. So we can find out all the information about the biological abstract from the BioSys database. And computerized information retrieval can be carried out from the bibliographic database, journal information, and textbook material. Okay, we can also find out the computerized information retrieval. Okay, computerized information retrieval can be carried out from the bibliographic database, journal information, and textbook material. So these all are the databases available. Okay, and each of the database are different from each other. Okay, so Medline. First one is Medlars. Okay, Medlar means medical literature. The full form of the Medlar is important, so you have to remember the full form of the Medlars. And the Medlars full form is medical literature analysis and the retrieval system that is created by the National Library of the Medicine in 1964. And this Medlar contained around 25 lakhs of articles, books, journals, theses, audiovisuals, and the microfilm materials. And the Medlar have some subdivision that is named Toxline, Cancerline, Chemline. Toxline contains all the information about the toxicity. Cancerline contain all the information about the cancer. Okay, Chemline contain all the information about the chemicals. Okay, and this National Library of the Medicine developed one Medline. They have already developed one Medlar, and next is Medline. So Medline is Medlar Online, that is very fast working system. Next database is Accepta Medica and Dialogue. Okay, so Accepta Medica is again very big database that is computerized in 1968, and that contain around 25 lakhs of items in the database covering 4,000 biomedical journals. Okay, so this is another database. Next is Malimate. So Malimate provide a list of all the medical terms. We can find out all the medical terms from the Malimate. Next is AMA or NET drug information. Okay, drug information. So AMA NET disease information is also there. AMA NET drug information is there. So AMA drug information contain standard dosage, pharmacological action, interaction, and the information on the special patient cases for the more than 1,500 drugs. Okay, and that is created by the collaboration of two, GTE Telenet Medical Information Network and the American Medical Association. Next is AMA-NET disease information that provide all the description and the diagnostic symptoms for more than 3,500 diseases. Okay, and next is BitNet. BitNet is an international network of universities and the research institutions which exchange file containing data, report, drafts, the paper, and the messages. Okay, BitNet is the network of universities as well as the research institution. Next is Laboratory Information Management System, that is LIMS, Laboratory Information Management System, that keep a track of all the information about the laboratory samples, and the projects are either completed or in the progress. In 1970, the American Society of Hospital Pharmacists created one international pharmaceutical abstract database that contained more than 6,000 publications. Okay. Then BioSys. BioSys means all the biological abstracts is present in the BioSys, and that is created by the Bioscience Information Services. Computerized information retrieval can be carried out from the bibliographic database, journal information, and the textbook material. The storage, retrieval, and dissemination of the information constitutes a major function of any drug information service. So DIS stands for Drug Information Service. We developed a computerized system for the storage and the retrieval of data from drug information request, DIR, using a MUMS based information system. Okay, This is created but developed a computerized system that for the storage and the retrieval of the data from the drug information request using a MUMPS based information system. In this past, DIR forms were stored in loose leaf binders and filled chronologically. Due to the success and increased use of DIS, this manual filling system became inadequate and awkward to use. Okay, so DIR forms were stored in loose leaf binders and filed chronologically. Due to the success and the increased use of the DIS, that manual filling system became inadequate and awkward to use. Solution was to develop a computer system where data could be entered from DIR form and retrieved rapidly and easily. Okay, solution of the computerized the solution was to develop. Okay, the solution was to develop a computerized system where data could be entered from DIR form and they can be retrieved rapidly and easily. Each DIR was reviewed and key data elements were selected for input. Okay, each of the DIR was reviewed and key data elements were selected for input. The DIS files may now be searched online rapidly and efficiently. Okay, the DIS files may now be searched online rapidly and efficiently. The MUMPS-based information system has provided open access for all the staff pharmacies 24 hours a day. Okay, the MUMPS that provide all the information about the drugs and all, that has provided open access for all the staff pharmacists. Okay, 24 hours a day. The benefit have been an increase in both quantity and the quality of the drug information provided. Benefit of the MUMS have been an increase in both the quantity and quality of the drug information provided. So the MEDLAR, we have already seen that MEDLAR is a computerized biomedical bibliographic retrieval system, and it was launched by the National Library of the Medicine in 1964 and was the first large-scale computer-based retrospective research service available in the general public. Okay, so this MEDLAR was the first large scale computer based retrospective search service available for the general public. So MEDLAR is a it's a computerized biomedical bibliographic retrieval system, and that is created in the 1964. Databases. The database contain more than in MEDLAR. Okay, MEDLAR database. The database contain more than 26 million record from 5,639 selected publications covering biomedicines and health from 1952 to the present. Okay, all the information, all the biomedicine or the health information, all the things from 1950 to the present. Okay, all the things we can find out in the MEDLARs. Originally, the database covered articles starting from 1965. Okay, the database covered all the articles from 1965, but this has been enhanced and records as far back 1950s and 51 are now available within the main index. Okay, we can find out all the records of the 1950 or the 51 we can find out in the main index, but the database contains 26 million record. Okay, 26 million records from 5,639 selected publications covering biomedicines and health from the 1952 till present. Okay, and all the database covered articles starting from 1965, but this has been enhanced, and the records as far back 1950 and 51 are now available within the main index. The database is freely accessible on the internet via the PubMed interface. Okay, we can find out all the database freely in the internet via PubMed interface. and new citations are added. Okay, so for citation added during 1995 to 2003, about 48% are for cited articles published in the US. Okay, about in from the 1995 to 2003, 48% of the cited articles published in the US, 88% are published in English. Okay, among that, okay, all the publications, okay, all the cited articles, that 88% are published in English. About 76% have English abstract written by authors of the articles. Okay, that 76% English abstracts written by author of the articles. So we can find out all the information about the disease, drug, or the interactions, or the toxicological effect, and all the pharmacokinetic parameter. We can find out all the things from the database free through the internet via PubMed interface. Okay, we can find out all the things. The most common topic in the database is cancer, with around 20% of all records between 1950 to 2016, which have risen from 6% 1950 to 16% 2006. Okay, the most common topic on the database are cancers. Okay, how we can retrieve the information. So Medline uses the medical subject heading for information retrieval. Okay, Medline uses the medical subject heading for the information retrieval. Engines designed to search Medline generally use a Boolean expression combining headings, term, word in the abstract, title of the article, author's name, date of the publication. Okay, so if we want to search any information from the Medline, we have to type all the things in, like words in the abstract, title of the article we have to type, author's name we have to type, date of the publication we have to type for finding that article. So this is the retrieval process. Entrust and PubMed can also find articles similar to given one based on a mathematical scoring system that takes into account the similarity of the word content of the abstract and the title of the two articles. Okay, Entrust and the PubMed, they can also find out the articles. Okay, and the Medline added a publication type term for randomized controlled trial in 1991 and a mesh subset systemic review in 2001. Okay, so we can find out all the information of the drug or the patient or the drug interaction, drug food interaction, drug designing, new drug. We can find out all the things in the PubMed and Entrust in them, and as well as the Medline. So databases, okay, so drug storage, how, so I think everybody understood how we can store the drug information system in one place. Okay, so we have databases. Okay, database means we have all the data, we have all the information in that by categorized manner. Okay, if we want to search any laboratory samples, okay, so we have to find out first we can get it from only LIMS. Okay, that is laboratory management system. Okay, so we can get all the laboratory samples information from that LIMS. If we want any biological information, okay, if we want any information about the biologics, so we can find out it from Biosys. Okay, and if we are talking about AMANet drug information base and AMANet disease information bases are there. So if we want to find any information about the drug, okay, information about the drug, the dosage form, the pharmacological action, we can find out from the AMANet drug information system. And if we want to find out the information about the disease, then we have to search in the AMA-NET disease information system. So these all are the databases available in the world. So if we want any of the information, we have to search in particular database. So these all are the databases. Okay, we can find out anything at any time. Okay, through the internet, through the computer, we can find out anything from the internet. So these all are about the drug information databases and all. So let's see some MCQs related to this topic. So DIR stands for drug information request. Okay, DIR stands for drug information request. The DIS stands for drug information service. Okay, DIS stands for drug information service. MEDLAR stands for medical literature analysis and retrieval system. Medical literature analysis and the retrieval system is MEDLAR. Which computer program predict volume of the distribution, availability, rate of the clearance? The answer is NONLIN. The correct answer is NONLIN. From the NONLIN, we can find out the volume of the distribution, bioavailability, rate of the clearance of any of the drug. Next question is signs that deal with the ADME. Okay, signs that deal with ADME is pharmacokinetic. So correct answer is pharmacokinetic. So these all are about the drug information storage and the retrieval system. So there are lots of databases available where we can store all the data. Okay, and when we need that data, we can retrieve all the data at when we need. So this is all about the drug information storage and the retrieval system through the computer. Okay, so I hope everybody get it understand. So thank you so much.